really in the game until Arsenal scored their first goal. I think that's been slightly disappointing to see that.
Yeah, really disappointing because, as you say, I thought we were very good in the early stages of the game. Gave a really good account of ourselves, played our way, and I felt we had them on the back foot at times. But then we conceded the first goal. We just seemed to lose our way totally until the half-time break, which I would say would be very unusual for us. The manner of the goal I don't think helped, and then set plays became a problem. And it took us till half-time to recover, and then again second half took a similar pattern where we were well in control but couldn't really break down a stubborn defence.
I don't know, it's obviously familiar when you're in the Premier League, but when you're up against a player like Ozil in that form, how difficult is it? What can you do? What can you do from the sidelines to help your players?
Well, it's difficult. He's a difficult man to mark anyway because he drifts and he roams. So to man mark him would be incredibly difficult for any one player. Certainly, I didn't enjoy watching his performance today because I'm the opposing team. But you have to, from a football point of view, certainly respect what he delivered today because it was a really high standard. I mean, the goal he scored was typical Arsenal. Really, it was a great goal. Not really a lot we could do about it, bar giving them the ball would be my big criticism for my team. But as I say, you have to respect them. I think they're a top side, and he's an exceptional player.
Was there a specific plan for today's game?
Why didn't it look like it?
Based on how you play, you just continue playing the way you play.
No, there was a definite plan. There's always a plan. I don't think we executed it very well between them scoring and half time. But second half we got better and a little bit more disciplined with what we were doing. Now there's a definite game plan to every game in and out of possession. But sometimes, as I say, you have to respect and give praise to the players you're playing against because he was exceptional tonight.
You seem to really struggle on set pieces. I mean, in corners like everyone really ended up in your net.
Yeah, we did. Something we did so well against Crystal Palace last weekend, where we defended set plays really well. Today, for whatever reason, we struggled once they scored. We really struggled. We didn't get our organisation right, which is very unlike us from set plays. And the movement and clever movements and routines they do, we couldn't live with. So, something we're certainly analysing.
Eddie, you've never used injuries as an excuse. I think we respect that. But have you got any good news in the next little while that you can see some of your key players coming back?
Well, in terms of the long-term injuries, certainly not any of the front players. Tommy Elphick's doing well, so he shouldn't be too far away. Our captain, he'd be a big one to add into the group. And of course, then we're looking at the transfer window, but there's no guarantees on that either. It's going to be an incredibly difficult window, I think, for all clubs to do business in. So I prefer to focus on the players we have and continue to try and get the most out of them. I think that's our best way.
Eddie, you've played pretty much everyone now, and obviously there is still a long way to go, but everyone you've come up against, do you think you've potentially played the champions in waiting?
I think there's a good possibility. Yeah, I'd say they've got a great chance. I think they're a very good side. They've got, as I said earlier, a couple of great individual players to add to the collective group that they have, so I think they were very strong.
If you're not able to add to the squad in January, do you think you've got enough within the group to stay up from what you've seen in the last month or so?
Certainly, yeah. I mean, I'm a really positive guy anyway, so I believe in the players we have. We've got not only do we have very good players, I believe we have an unbelievable, unbreakable, hopefully, spirit that's served us so well for a long period of time. And I think we've shown in the last few weeks that we're moving in the right direction as a team. And I think if we continue to make the improvements we have in the second half of the season, we'll be a very strong team.
And is it this stage of the season when the games are so kind of concertina together? Is that when you kind of see the impact of losing so many players to injury?
I think it gets intensified potentially that you can't make the changes or impact the game from the bench perhaps that you would ordinarily like with the squad in full tact. But yeah, I think we've got enough, and I've said that many times before. And today, I don't think you'd say that we looked short on quality. I think we posed Arsenal problems in certain elements of the game, and the reason we didn't get more out of the game will be down to us, and that's obviously up to us to rectify.
Do you think these games should be quite so close together, particularly when you've got these injuries?
Well, I don't think you can change it just for us. Yeah, I don't think it's ideal from a coach's perspective that you put your players through that and you have to patch them up and send them out 2 days later, but it is England, it is the festive period, the crowd, and everyone demands it, media demands it really, and I think it's one of the highlights of the English calendar. When you're on the other side and you're performing in it, I think you'd much rather have the break to get the players at their maximum level every time they perform. But you know, we know what it's all about. We know we've prepared for it, so it's not too much of a problem.
Was there any problem with Joshua King? Because he seemed to be hobbling a little bit.
Just cramp, thankfully. No muscle pull or muscle damage, just a little bit of cramp, which you'd probably expect with his lack of training time.
And Lee Tomlin on the bench today. Would he have been fit enough to be involved? Had you elected to bring him on?
Yeah, I wouldn't say Lee's at full speed yet, but he's training, he's working hard, he's getting there. He'd be a player that we'd be very keen to see at full fitness, because he certainly can have a valuable impact for us. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.